Welcome back to GoldenGoose and my Team Builder Dynasty series that follows the South Canadian Wild Geese. This is our third season of being a ball club, and to kick off this season, we are taking on FCS Southeast in the Igloo. Now, our team is pretty solid this season. We have the junior Orlando Everett returning. I think he's going to be a great player this year and next year, so really happy to have him the next 2 seasons. Halfback-wise, not looking too hot. Definitely looking to recruit in this position. This guy is a junior, Roden. I think we're definitely going to utilize the air attack a lot more this year. Decent freshman fullback that will be holding up any type of blocks, I formation stuff. But here's where we shine. 3 amazing senior wide receivers. Actually, 4 seniors that will be leaving after this season. But these guys are going to be leading our offense. We're going to be a pass-first, run-second type of offense this season. Tight ends, oof, boy, it's bad. It's really, really bad in the tight end department. We have a freshman and then a junior, and they're both like 65 and 61 overall. Left tackle needs some work. We're going to start our right guard in the left tackle position. Left guard position, okay, it's a senior position, though, so he'll be gone next year. And then our center position's better, and our right side of our offensive line is a lot better. On the defensive side of things, again, left side a little weak. Defensive tackle's kind of weak, so our front 4 aren't going to be that great. Even our linebackers are pretty soft, so, the defense that was such a powerhouse last year, I think, is going to need a lot of help. I would like to see some of those linebackers and defensive front men play or improve over the next couple of years, but free safeties, strong safeties, corners, we need more of them. But it's going to be intense. Now for this season, we switch to the Big Ten, so that means we're going to be in a conference with Penn State, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Indiana, Illinois, and Purdue. It's going to be a lot of tough sledding, but I think the South Canadian Geese can remain competitive here. 77 overall, 86 is Wisconsin, then obviously we have 84, 88, 81. Those are all relatively close teams. The only tough ones are Ohio State and Penn State. That'll be a big challenge, but otherwise I think we should be able to compete against teams like Wisconsin and Indiana and Illinois and Purdue. Now we're going to switch to an air raid offense, and we're going to be about 60 or 40% or 35% run, 65% pass, and I think I want to switch the defense to a 3-4. I know that's not going to have a lot of pressure on the run game or anything like that, but I think it'll provide more coverage in the pass game, which is something we really want to defend against really well this year. Now here's a look at our recruiting board. We have leads on this tight end. He's a 3-star caliber player. This wide receiver, cornerback, and tackle. None of these players are like big shots, 4 or 5-star recruits. Then this corner, we almost have him. We're even right now with Cincinnati, another 3-star player. So we really want to secure minimum 3-star players, but really want to get a lot more 4s and 5s this year. The biggest deficit we have on a player right now, recruiting-wise, and obviously, it's something we're going to have to take a look at as time passes, but 1,200 points on this tackle. He's a 4-star recruit. I think we're going to start to divide these points a little bit differently to try to secure some of these more shallow players. As you can see, we were trying to build our wide receiving core because we're losing 4 of them this year, trying to build up our left tackle, left guard positions, and then we're also looking at our defensive line with the defensive tackle position and our defensive ends. Now, we're trying the 3-4 defense, but next year I definitely want to go back to 4-3. If 3-4 doesn't work in the first part of this season, we'll probably go back to 4-3 right away, but I'm really excited about the recruits we're looking at. But let's get into this game. As you can see, we have the advantage. Our offense is pretty good, 81 overall. Defense needs some work, and that's what we're doing recruiting-wise this season. Back in the Igloo to kick off our 3rd season with the South Canadian Wild Geese, taking on an FCS school, so this should be a game we could get a W in. Goose Johnson just signed that new contract extension. He's going to be here for the next 7 years, and I'm looking forward to these next few years, really seeing the Wild Geese turn around. I think within the next 2 years or so, maybe 3 years, we'll definitely be looking at a high 80 overall team, probably 86, 87 overall, and this team is really going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Big Ten. But right now, the Wild Geese are running out onto the field, and it's time to start Season 3 here in South Canada. And it looks like the Wild Geese are going to get the ball to start off this season. Jose Golden, the Golden Boy himself, taking this kick return back all the way to the 26. Orlando Everett, now a junior quarterback. A lot of pro scouts have their eyes on this man. We saw a man drafted into the pros last year. 7th round pick was their halfback from South Canada. Now let's see what has him. Wow, that's Jose Golden. Everett right over the middle. A 20-yard reception by Jose Golden. Now, obviously, new offensive playbook, new defensive playbook. This is going to be a big test in this game. FCS school not as good as some of the NCAA schools they're going to face off against. So let's see what they can do with this playbook. But with a lot of teams watching Orlando Everett at the next level, obviously, I mean, I don't think he's pro caliber just yet. If he has a great season this year, it might be something we can talk about. But I don't know if he's at risk of being lost by the Wild Geese this season. I think he's going to play his 4 years. And there's Martin Morgan on the right side. This is a very talented wide receiving core. 4 seniors ready to produce for the Wild Geese. First down and 10 here in the Igloo. A little bit of play action. Not liking what he's seeing. Everett's trying to roll out, and he does. And he's still on his feet all the way down to the 22. This kid has wheels. Looking for the open man. Doesn't really see a comfortable throw. He decides to roll to the left, and he finds decent yardage. Now, this is kind of odd. The Wild Geese have been a run-first type of team these first 2 years of their existence. And here, it looks like Goose Johnson going to the air raid offense, hoping to change some things up. And there we go. Jose Golden, the Golden Boy, big impact player this year. Obviously, big things are expected of Jose Golden. And I mean, who knows? NFL maybe even next year. Now, the Wild Geese did have their first player ever drafted into the NFL. A 7th-round pick was their halfback last year. Love to see more of that from the Wild Geese, making their pro combine a little bit better. And there's Martin Morgan. Whoa, that was some air, and what a secure on that ball. Great catch by Martin Morgan. That's a touchdown for the Wild Geese. They drive down on their opening drive all the way in for 6. Beautiful catch here, and oh my God, such athleticism. Now this Wild Geese defense really came out and surprised last year. Let's see what they can do this time. Studio update though, it looks like Florida State has beaten Northwestern 35-28. Like I was saying, the defense of the Wild Geese last year was so talented. I mean, not on paper, but they had the heart of champions, and they got the bowl game win in the Kraft Hunger Bowl. And they also just looked so good last year. Top 5 ranked defense. Let's see if they can keep it up this year. Now, for some of the returning seniors, the 3-4 defense is going to be a bit of a change-up here for them, as they ran the 4-3 the last 2 seasons. And here we go. That is not going to really go anywhere. A 3-yard carry, 2nd down and 7. Calhoun is in the center, trying to hype up this Igloo crowd. And it's another handoff. They're trying to beat him to the edge. And they get there. He's only going to find 2. 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5. Can the Wild Geese have a 3-and-out here on defense? They would love to get off the field quickly. And that one's deep to the corner, and it looks like there was some miscommunication on the coverage there. That's going to be a 21-yard completion for the 1st down. 1st down and 10. They're in Wild Geese territory right now. Man in motion for FCS. Trying to get back there, get some pressure. Donnie delivering the hit, and that's a 1-yard reception. And it looks like the option is swallowed up. 3rd down and 11. The Igloo is shaking right now. 3rd down and 11. Donnie pumping up this Igloo crowd. It is loud in here. FCS trying to get this 1st down to try to get on the board. And here it is. Hood almost had the interception. Fred Hood, a great deflection there. The secondary of the Wild Geese, that's what needs the most work. And that's most likely what a lot of people are going to be watching this season. If you're a fan of the Wild Geese and Wild Geese football, you got to be watching that secondary. That's where they're lacking in talent. But let's see if they can make up with some heart at that position. And that's going to go out inside the 5. Great punt. All the way down to the 1-yard line here for the Wild Geese. Everett in the backfield. And they have not ran the ball yet, except with a scramble by Everett. And there it is to Morgan. Martin Morgan has been so valuable today. That's his 3rd reception. Morgan, Scruggs, Golden. Great receiving core for the Wild Geese. Up and over the defenders to Morgan again. Another big catch by Morgan. A career day for Morgan. 4 receptions, over 60 yards here in the 1st quarter. Everett has not thrown an incomplete pass yet. And it looks like he's going to throw his first pass to the tight end. That's Robinson. Tight end depth not looking too deep for the Wild Geese, but that's a decent catch there, 11 yards. 7 for 7, 111 yards, and a touchdown for Everett today. Trying to get them to jump off sides, a little bit of play action. And throwing this over the center. Morgan dives for it. Morgan lays his body out on the line. Comes down with that one. A huge completion. And this team that used to be all about the run a couple of years ago is really airing it out. Still yet to run it with Rhodes, their new halfback here. They don't even have him in the backfield right now. Let's see what they do. Trying to get FCS to jump off sides, nothing going there. Delivering this one to Jose Golden. The Golden Boy himself gets down to the 6. Now, obviously, the Wild Geese are playing an FCS school. This would have been more impressive a couple years ago when they were utter garbage, but, I mean, this is still a good win, a very convincing performance by the Wild Geese here. But, I mean, it is still an FCS school. Second down and goal, ball sitting at the 4-yard line. Everett drops back. He's got a man open. That's Williams! Williams in the end zone on the slant route. 10 for 10, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns for Everett today. What a coming out party. Wild Geese football is completely electric today. Wild Geese fans are excited about this season for sure, but let's head to a studio update now, and let's check in. Right now it looks like Michigan State has the one-up on Oregon, 17-14 in the third quarter. And Beach kicks this one away. This one's going deep all the way into the end zone. And it looks like they're not going to return this one. Obviously, with less defensive tackle talent this year, that's why the Geese have switched to the 3-4 defense, trying to put more linebackers in the game. Plus, their secondary really lacks, but right there, you're going to get a pretty easy run there. 2nd down and 4. After 1 quarter of play, though, South Canadian leads 14-0 against FCS Southeast. 2nd down and 4, man in motion, and it looks like it was some play action and almost picked off. Got caught up at the defensive line. 3rd down and 4. This crowd is loud. 3rd down and 4. Let's see what FCS does here. And it looks like they are going to throw it short. Quarterback was on the run, and that's going to be incomplete. A 3 and out. I'm liking the defensive performance by the Wild Geese so far in this one. Obviously, still, again, it is an FCS school, but they're looking pretty good, only allowing 1 first down in today's game, and we're already into the second quarter. This one's kicked to Jose Golden. He's going to get a block, maybe 2. He's going to get all the way to the 49, almost the 50-yard line. The only critique I have on Golden is he doesn't quite have that speed, that burst, that straight line speed. And, I mean, I think to get to the NFL, he's really going to need that. And, I mean, that's just a thing of resistance training, maybe. Golden deep, diving lane out for that one. Jose Golden, the Golden Boy. Everett puts it up. Golden dives forward, takes a hit midair, still hauls it in. Golden definitely has those NFL hands. 10 first downs for the Wild Geese today, only 1 for FCS. Let's see what happens here. This could be their first rushing attempt, and it is. It's with Orlando Everett. He's going to get inside the 5. 3 carries for Everett today, 30 yards, 10 yards per carry on average. Let's see what they do here. And it's snapped to Everett. Everett's going to throw it up to Golden. Golden takes a hit, but holds on to it. That's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and Golden gets in the end zone. He's celebrating. This crowd is electric right now. 21-0 for the Wild Geese. Well, this right here will hopefully make it 21-0, and it's up and good. And Beach kicks this one away. It's going to be deep into the end zone. They have the wind against their backs, and that's not going to be taken out. 21-0 here, 4 minutes to go in the second. Now, if you are FCS Southeast, you got to be thinking of scoring in this half. And it looks like they are dropping back to pass, and oh, that was swatted, I thought. Was that caught off the tip? Wow, great defensive coverage, but that's a complete pass. And right here, it is a passing attempt over the center, and that's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Wild Geese defense looking for a big play here. And it looks like the quarterback's going to scramble. He's going to get hit hard, but he got the first down. 2 first downs for FCS on this drive. 3 on the day. And there it is, Calhoun getting in the backfield, disrupting that option play, and that's a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12, man in motion for FCS. And there we go, good coverage, and blown coverage on the right side. 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2, FCS needs to score on this drive, otherwise it's going to be a miserable existence. And McCoy gets back there and lays the boom. 4th down and 3, they're punting. Wow, what a broken up play that was. So he allowed 2 first downs on that drive, but hey, no points. And the Wild Geese are looking to pitch a shutout today. And I talked to Goose Johnson, and that's what he said. If you can pitch a shutout against this team, that means you can probably compete in the Big Ten. But that doesn't mean you're going to pitch shutouts in the Big Ten. That one bounces out, and it's a touchback. 12 for 12, Everett on the day. Let's see what he does here. 2:30 to go. They have 3 timeouts. I don't see why you wouldn't attempt to go get some points here. There's Roden. Roden got it. He breaks one. And if he could have got a block, he might have been gone, but that's 19 yards for Jaron Roden. 3 carries today, 13 pass attempts. They've never handed it to the halfback yet today. All those carries have been by Everett. Play action. And Everett plants his feet. He's going to get that to Scruggs. That's the first time we've called his name today, but they're into FCS territory. I mean, I know this is just talk, but what if Everett was to win some major awards this season, like maybe the O'Brien or the Heisman? Would he stick around for the Wild Geese in his senior season? That's something they're going to have to question, because look at this performance. Just electric in the first half. 3 times in the red zone, 3 touchdowns. Let's see if they're looking to make it 4 for 4. Everett drops back. Everett looks. Everett bombs it over. Oh, Hartman climbed a ladder. That's going to be his first mistake of the day, and that's an interception. Big turnover there. You had a chance to put it up by 4 scores. Try to get it to the tight end, just didn't leave enough air under that. Hartman's able to climb that ladder and pull that one down. If you're FCS Southeast, you just got some breath breathed into you, and it's time to produce. Right here, first down and 10. You're in the second quarter, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice hit there to drop the ball. Second down and 10, 1:38 to go. 3 timeouts for each team remain. And that one's going to be short to Hood. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. And the Wild Geese are going to call timeout here. And it's 3rd down and 6. 5 for 10. They're 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversions today. And the quarterback's going to slide short, 4th down and 1. And they're going to have to punt this away. 1:27 to go in this half. I mean, the Wild Geese do have to give it to FCS to start the next half. But if you can get on the board again here, I think you ice the game at this point. Jose Golden gets under this one around the 30-yard line, and he's going to try to return it. Getting to the left outside, still working his way down to the 42. Now let's see how Goose Johnson feels about throwing the ball here after that costly mistake by Everett. I mean, he does have 3 touchdowns today. I don't think you try to back off of Everett here. And that one's deep, and oh, that was risky. I mean, you had Jose Golden in the center seam there. I mean, he wasn't quite open, but he did break free eventually. I wonder if that interception's still lurking in the back of Everett's mind. I mean, that's something you wouldn't want to see, because an interception like that in a Big Ten game, you don't want it to cost you the game. First down and 10, under 1 minute to go in this half. Golden, he breaks free. He's got it inside the 20. I think the Wild Geese might try to take some time off the clock. They do have 1 timeout remaining. Why give the ball back to FCS? Trying to get your points. And it looks like Everett's trying to quiet this Igloo crowd right now. Horton's out there right now. Williams, Scruggs, Morgan, and Roden. And right around 30 seconds left in the half. Everett's going to take the snap. He's going to get it to Horton. Horton's trying to push his way in. Down at the 2. Under 20 seconds to go. Everett's going to take the snap. He's going to throw and squeeze this one to Williams. Williams hauls it in. Kennard Williams, a 2-yard touchdown reception. 4 for Everett in the first half. He has that interception, but my God, has he been perfect. And 28-0 in the first half of football here. Beach kicks this one away, and it's going to go deep into the end zone. Probably not going to be returned here. And 14 seconds left. FCS does have 3 timeouts. It's been a beating for FCS Southeast. I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't think you try for points, really. I mean, maybe they will, but not a lot of time left in the half. They're going to just keep it with the quarterback, lay the boom on him, and that should get him out of this half. After 1 half of football, the Wild Geese lead 28-0 over the FCS Southeast team. Now FCS gets the ball to start this half off. Beach is going to boot this one away. We haven't really seen a return by FCS yet. And this one's going to be deep into the end zone again and not returned. First down and 10, starting the second half off, down 28-0. And wow, completion to the right side, but only for 3. Second down and 7, not much in the way of offense for FCS Southeast in this game. Thomas drops back, and he has a man open up the center, but he chooses to run it, and he finds the first down. We haven't seen a lot of pressure on the quarterback in this game, and that might be indicative of the 3-4 defense just not providing enough pressure to make the quarterback at all worried here. And here's Bolden back in coverage, blown assignment. Edwards catches that one. That's going to be a first down. First down and 10. Would love to see a turnover by the Wild Geese here. Southeast, it has been marching. And that one's going to be thrown out of bounds. Second down and 10. Second down and 10, and it looks like FCS going to the air here. Carr's going to try to make the tackle, and he does. 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5. Igloo is hyped. They're definitely not in field goal range just yet, and spoke too soon. That's a 1st down. Well, what am I thinking of the 3-4 defense right now? I don't know if I think this is a good look for the Wild Geese. I mean, their secondary does need help. Having more linebackers might kind of fill that void, but they're not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, giving him way too much time. So it's something you're going to have to look at and consider. 2nd down and 8, trying to send some extra pressure. Still not getting there, though. And that's spelling some trouble for the Wild Geese. 3rd down and 8. I mean, holding them here would be great. A big success for the Wild Geese. And there it is. Williams is going to take that one, and he's going to try to take this to the house. He doesn't quite have the wheels that might be necessary to make it all the way to the 10, to the 5, and down at the 3. Wow. Huge interception return. Just a massive return there. Almost taking it back to the house. Ran out of gas in the last 5 yards, but the Wild Geese wanted to keep this scoreless, and it looks like they're on their way too. 1st down and goal, and it looks like Everett's going to keep this one in the air. Trying to get rid of it, and throws it in the back of one of his offensive linemen. 2nd down and goal. Let's see what the Wild Geese do here, and it is the option, and Everett's going to keep it and walk right in. A 2-yard touchdown run, and the Wild Geese are looking to go up 35-0. And Beach looking to kick this one away after making the extra point, 35-0. FCS needs to answer back. Obviously, it's looking pretty grim for them right now. Just such a dominating performance by the Wild Geese. 344 total yards today, 17 1st downs on 26 plays. 1st down and 10. It looks like no backs in the backfield. Throwing it over the center, and they're going to find some yards. That's a 7-yard reception. 2nd down and 3. Dropping back again to throw this one, and it's going to be complete over the center to Weber. 1st down and 10 around the 40-yard line right now. Robinson drops back, and that one's deep, and it's going to be complete all the way down to the 13. They got beat really deep. 26 didn't converge early enough, and that was a dime. And it looks like the quarterback's going to keep it on the option, and he's close to scoring. 2nd down and 2. Unless you can get a turnover here, I mean, they're definitely coming away with points in this one. 2nd down and 2. And they're going to try to send an extra man. Robinson gets back there. 3rd down and 7. I mean, they're still in field goal range, but preventing the touchdown would be huge right now. Let's see what they do. Robinson pumping up this Igloo crowd. 3rd down and 7, 35-0. 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. And trying to protect against the touchdown, and in the corner, 26 again, blown assignment. And so much for the goose egg. It looks like it's going to be 35-7 here, and it is. Let's go in for a studio update now, though, as we check in with Michigan State again. Oregon was able to reverse the outcome of that one, making it 31-17. FCS kicks this one off. We're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Might see the running back come out quite a bit in this drive for the Wild Geese. Scruggs gets down to the 20. We haven't seen Roden yet today, and here's our first look at him. He's trying to break one. He'll lose 1 yard there. And it looks like the Wild Geese are going to keep it on the ground with Roden. He finds 5 there. 3rd down and 6. After 3 quarters of play, the Wild Geese lead 35-7 in this contest. Not a lot of time to snap this ball. 1 second, and it looks like they get it off just in time. Everett rolls out to the right. He finds Jose on the right side. That's Golden. All the way into FCS territory. And 1 second left on the clock. It looks like it's an option. Everett keeps it, turns on the spin cycle, finds 9. And again, another option play. Everett keeps this one, and he tried to hand it off, but that one doesn't really work out. 3rd down and 3. Wild Geese have been great at controlling the tone of this game here. 35-7. Just over 3 minutes to go, and it looks like it's going to be forced to Golden, and he has it. That's another 1st down for the Wild Geese. 1st down and 10, a handoff to Roden. Roden's going to cut it up to the center. And that's his 3rd carry of the day, 8 yards there. Handing this one to Roden on 2nd down and short. Wow, that kid knows how to find a hole. 13 yards, 25 yards on 4 carries. And another handoff to Roden, trying to get to the outside. Doesn't quite have that closing speed, though. 2nd down and 9. Horn is now in the game at halfback. He's going to take this one. Slow acceleration, but decent speed inside the 1. Now we do have that new fullback, a true freshman in McKenzie. Let's see if he can pop this one in. Everett quieting down this crowd, trying to drain the clock to 1 minute. And there's a flag on the play. It looks like the Wild Geese weren't able to get it off in time. A delay of game. 1:01 to go, and now first down and goal from the 6. Roden back in the game. Man in motion is Scruggs to the left side. Rhodes takes it from the right to the left, and he finds 3. And another handoff to Roden's trying to get in, down to the 1. Looks like we're going to get a chance to see the fullback, Horn. Actually, it's a second halfback. Horn is going to take this and walk in. And the Wild Geese are going to add insult to injury, trying to make it 42-7. 8 seconds to go. And it's up, and it's good. Studio update time now, though. Let's check in with Northern Illinois and Ohio State. It looks like Ohio State pulled that one off 28-19. Time for what I would assume to be a squib kick, and it is. Beach kicks that one away, trying to waste some time on the clock, and 6 seconds left. Decent field position now for FCS, though. First down and 10. I don't know if FCS is going to try anything here. And they throw it over the middle, and that's incomplete. This should be the last play of the game here, and the Wild Geese are walking out with a victory. And FCS looking for the open man. Quarterback going to try to scramble with it here. He's going to get met up with a wall. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is the end of this one. The Wild Geese win 42-7 over FCS Southeast. What a game, and Everett just performed like crazy. 385 yards, 5 touchdowns. He did have that interception, but otherwise, man, he looked good today. You have to be excited if you're a Wild Geese fan for the remainder of this season now. I mean, obviously, this is an FCS school. This is not a Big Ten team, but you got to be excited. They're looking good. The defense has some holes. I think there's got to be some things changed up here. Weren't great stopping the run. Weren't great stopping the quarterback from sneaking, and didn't get a lot of pressure on the QB. Would like to see a little bit more effort there with the pass rush. So we're going to just have to see what they do to their defense to kind of change things up here. Here's how the game stats break down. Everett 21 for 24, 87% completion, 345 yards, 4 touchdowns, and that INT. Rushing-wise, Roden had 7 carries, 31 yards. Everett with 6 carries for 40 yards, and Horn had 2 carries for 12. Both of these men had touchdowns on the ground as well. Receiving-wise, Jose Golden is proving why he's the golden boy. Now 165 yards on 9 receptions and a TD. Morgan also really got involved early. Martin Morgan, 6 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. And Kernard Williams had 2 receptions, both of them going for touchdowns. Both of them only 3 yards each. Or actually, one was 2 yards, one was 4 yards. He had a 6-yard total today. But it looks like we really got a lot of people involved in the passing game. 7 total people caught balls. Obviously, we would like to see the numbers down here a little bit higher. Maybe like 5 here, 4 here, 3 here, and maybe like a 5 or 6 up here. But otherwise, I think we spread the ball pretty well. Defensive-wise, McCoy had 2 tackles for a loss. Calhoun had 1, and Robinson had 1. We got in the backfield here and there, but just not often. Interception-wise, Zach Williams, the sophomore corner, he's a hard hitter. He had an 80-yard interception return, almost a pick 6. We have a head coach upgrade option, and I think, obviously, I'm going to focus on recruiting. Letter of intent would be great. Pipeline states, now I think I'm going to focus on letter of intent. Try to secure recruits at a quicker rate. Ho, ho, ho! Santa Claus is here, and we have a big matchup this next week against the University of Georgia. Now, Georgia's 0-2 to start the season, but they're pretty good on paper, and I mean, we're going to Georgia to face off against them. Kirk's siding with the Wild Geese, but it's going to be an interesting game. If we look at our recruits, it looks like we have secured a bit of a lead on a couple of other recruits, guards, tackles, cornerbacks, but we still are behind on a few guys right now. I mean, anyone below 1,000 points down by, I think we have a serious chance, especially if we're in second or third place for them. So I think what I really want to do is maybe try to kind of liquidate what we're recruiting right now and figure out who's going to be the big guys we need to go after. So I think with Sean Bolden, I'm going to take away his points, probably remove him from our board. So that's what we'll do. We haven't offered any scholarships yet as well. So I think that's something we got to do. So I'm going to remove some of these recruits that I think we're pretty far out from. Maybe they're not pipeline states. See, we're not even in the top 3 for this recruit. He's already got Notre Dame closer and closer to commitment there. So I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these guys. Like we're 5th on his board. Let's remove him. Now, I don't want to get rid of too many of our great players because I do think we can chase after a couple of these guys. But what I want to do is let's scroll up here and let's make some offers of scholarships on some of the guys we're ahead on. So I want them to know that we're interested. We want them to come play for our school. We need tight ends. We need wide receivers, cornerbacks, a left guard, and a left tackle. That's why we're recruiting these guys. This outside linebacker, I'm going to make an extra offer on him and this athlete as well. Obviously, let's just try to make scholarship offers on most of these kids that we're in the top 2 or 3 for. That way we can hopefully secure them or get closer to securing them. And then as the next couple of weeks pass, we'll slowly take points off some kids that might not quite have the interest in attending. See, this guy's 5th position. That's actually not too bad. I think we might actually have a chance at securing this kid. So let me go take 10 points away from him, toss 50 on him. So let's offer him a scholarship. We'll offer this defensive end a scholarship. He's a 4-star recruit. Oh, no more points for recruiting. Okay, so let's go down 50 on this kid. We're definitely going to have to make some tough decisions soon because I want these kids to know that we're interested. 1,000 points behind seems like a lot, but I mean, I don't know. It's not too bad. This guy's a strong safety. I just want to, I hope we secure some of these recruits soon so I can start to maybe max our effort a little bit here. This guy's already got golden, or yellow, I should say. So I'm going to just get rid of anybody that we're not in the top 3 for and they're already yellow. This guy's considering Alabama, LSU, just not going to even think about that. This tight end, he's got a couple schools in the yellow. He is a 5-star tight end. Would love to get this guy, but I mean, we have to be realistic. I don't want to mess around with recruiting too much, and then when it gets down to the wire, find out like, oh crap, I mean, we've been messing around with these guys so much that now all the other great players are gone. So I want to make some offers on some of these kids. That's what I'm going to do really quick, make sure we can get offers out to all these guys. Obviously, I think next year's recruiting is really, really important because it's going to be one of our last years with some of our starting players, like our quarterback. Most of our wide receivers are going to be gone already. So what I want to do is any of these players that we're not too far behind on, I want to slowly improve some of the points we're sending their way. So let's go to 200 here and maybe like 225 or 250 here and just slowly try to get these guys convinced to signing with us. The quicker, the better, and then we can move on to some of these recruits lower on our board. I really want to improve our secondary. I really want to improve our offensive line, and obviously we need wide receivers and tight ends as we're losing a lot of those players this year. I think I'm going to go like 175 on this punter. I mean, our punter's pretty bad, but I mean, we could always go without. Let's maybe go 250 on this defensive tackle, just trying to get some of these players convinced. So I feel like we have a decent spread on the board. Not 100% happy with it, but we'll see how things go. But next episode, we're going to be taking on the University of Georgia. So if you guys are excited, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications if you're new. And until next time, peace out.